Hey Fuzzy Goat family, Melissa here in Thomasville, Georgia. We have a little crochet lesson going on, but I think we're going to be good right here. And I'm learning a lot because I don't crochet. Okay, so I hope everyone had a great weekend. I had a lovely weekend. I got to do some knitting, so that's always nice. And I'm anticipating, I don't know, when you guys have children and school and all that kind of stuff, like a shift in like momentum or energy, like as summer is starting to end and you're going into school and all this stuff. So that's where I am. That's where I'm having angst and a lot of energy going on in the next shift in our life. But all good because I have knitting. And I had a great weekend knitting. What do I want to start off with? Oh, the first thing I want to start with, and I'm a little discombobulated, I'm not going to lie. So I think I mentioned that I'm doing the Dando knit along. It's called Lily. And they had a video. Hi, Bonnie. Hello, who else is watching? Cindy and Jane. I don't know. I always get that mixed up. Jane. And of course, my husband's watching too. So I am doing the Dando knit along. The pattern is called Lily. I think it's supposed to start Saturday night, and they'll do. She wants you to do your gauge swatch, and then they'll have their first. They're going to do a couple lives, and so the first one will be Saturday night, and then they're going to also do a drawing. I think, yeah, if you post pictures and whatnot. So, all right. So I'm just going to talk about gauge a little bit. So this is. Let me get the pattern for you. This is where I feel discombobulated. I have the pattern. It's a beautiful pattern. It's a beautiful sweater. Something not my norm, but I always like to do different patterns for whether it's for construction or like I do love lace. I love knitting lace. I don't wear a lot of lace. I generally do a lot of that for my sister's scarves. But I was intrigued with this, and I thought, of course, I love my sangria, so I of course going to do it in this red color, and just made me think of the holidays. And I act like I do a lot of things in the holidays, like going out. I really don't, but this I think would be a lot of fun with like some black slacks or a skirt or something. So I'm going to pause for a second. So on her, if anyone's interested in doing the Lily, we do have some kits. There's a lot of variation. So our kits have 7 skeins, but reach out to us if you're interested in doing it and you look at her sizing and you decide you want more skeins. We might be able to get you more skeins. But the reason I mention that is she, I think, is very slight, and I think she being Yokomo, they were calling her Yumi. Anyway, sorry, the Dando designer. She is very slight, and I think she was like a 36 bust, and she made 2 sizes. She made the first size, which was I can't even remember. I guess I could look at my pattern. But anyway, she made the first size and the second size. She only has 3 sizes. But it just really depends on what. There's a 40 finished. So that one fit her pretty well, with about 4 inches of ease. And then she also made the 48-inch one, which also fit her well. It looked lovely on her. But for me personally, I don't like that much ease. And they were having this conversation about that, and I don't like that much ease because then I feel like I'm just wearing a bag. Maybe it's my body type, or maybe it's just a personal preference. So she has a finished chest width of 40, and then she goes to 48, and then a 56. So those are her 3 ease or sizes. But then she also has length. So it was hard to get together kits that we thought would most people would like. Point being that reach out to us if you think you're interested in. You don't think 7 skeins is enough. We'll see what we can do. So I am doing the second size, which is a finished chest circumference of 48. 8 inches I think is fine for me. This is a linen, so it's going to drape and it will stretch as well. They talked about that a little bit. So, and then there's an option with the sleeves. One sleeve option requires more yarn. So there's a lot of options with this, which is lovely because then you can, get it the way you want it. I also will say she's calling it worsted, but it is a worsted, maybe a heavy DK. It's a linen, and she says to do a 10 for your gauge, which is awesome. But I know my knitting, and so I went ahead and did my gauge. I did it at an 8, thinking I know with this lace I think I get really loose with. So I went down to an 8 needle thinking I might end up at a 9 or something, but I got gauge at 8. So this is my gauge swatch. I actually blocked it, and knowing that it's going to stretch when I wear it, I thought even if I'm a little small, I think I'll be okay with this. So this is the repeat. So I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that. Gauge, I know there's a lot of conversation about gauge and whether you should do it or not. It really, I feel like personally it depends on your finished garment, what you're making it with. Like this is linen, so I do think it's kind of important to do gauge, especially if it's a garment. So this is Lily. Like I said, it starts, I believe, this Saturday, and I think it goes on, which I don't think it's going to take very long because of it's going to be a quick knit, I think. It's done, I do believe in pieces too, I'll mention that. And then the sleeves are picked up. I think we finished the beginning of September. So, I mean, it's a good chunk of time. I think she's going to have 2 or 3 lives. Anyway, so that's my Lily. I did want to talk to you about that. All right, what's the next thing we'll talk about? Yeah, I mentioned that. Okay. Then, I got into, where is it? My project bags. The Hardigan, and if you remember, this is for a friend, and this, because for my gauge I had to use a 1 needle, if you guys remember, and look how much I've gotten done. I do have stoppers, you guys, but with 1s it's hard to make the needle stopper stay on the needles, so I have to be careful. It's been fun. Like, look at that detail on that. It's just that, you know, it's going to take a while. I think I need to do 5 of the repeats. Let me see if I can show you a repeat, which is about 40 inches. I'm going to show it on the chart. I think that's going to be easier. I was hoping to get 1 whole repeat done each week. I don't think that's going to happen. Hey, Harriet, how are you? And let's see, we got Lydia, and Susan watching too. So this is my repeat chart, and I'm up to here on it. So I still have probably 20 rows to go, but I have to do 5 of these for I think I'm doing the back. So 5, so 1.5 there. So it will take some time, but it is getting to the point. That's one thing I did want to talk about. I love having a chart because at a glance you can kind of see what you're supposed to be doing, and I'm getting to the point with this one where I know what the pattern's supposed to be looking like, so I don't have to look so closely at it, like every stitch. So that's nice. But the other thing I found interesting, I will go back to this swatch that I was talking about, the Lily. She does not have a chart for this, which I thought was interesting. So I was kind of lost for a little bit, and when I sat down to do this was on my checklist to get done this weekend. I thought, no problem. I just broke it out. I started knitting. I must have pulled this thing out that's a little too much. Maybe 4 times. I just was not getting it and that's when I thought a chart would have helped me to see. So I was reading the words, or reading her directions, and just little things like it said knit. Okay, maybe I'm making this up, but like knit to a yarn over. And maybe the yarn over was it wasn't a yarn over, but something was in parentheses, and I did the knit to whatever was in parentheses 3 times when I was only supposed to do the what was in parentheses 3 times. So it took me a long time to figure out, but I just had to pump the brakes and read the directions, sometimes out loud. That helps me a lot. And anyway, so I got that swatch done. But I thought it was interesting that I'm going to ask her about that there's no chart that I saw. Maybe she's got it hidden. Maybe she's going to give it to us on Saturday. But I do like me a chart. I'm just looking real quick. Yeah, I don't see a chart. And I think I talked about, I'm sorry, I'm going back to this again, 2 options on the sleeve. So I haven't even decided what I'm going to do with the sleeves yet. I figure I got some time to do that. All right, so that is, the Hardigan. So like I said, fun pattern. It's fingering weight yarn. And I think it's going to be nice. Once I get it blocked and everything, I think it's going to drape nicely. I'm just going to stretch this out again because I think it's so cool. Anyway, so that's been fun. But it may take me a little bit to get there. Because, I'm not a, what is the word? Monogamous knitter. I'm not a monogamous knitter. So I can't just sit and work on one project. I just can't do it. All right, so that was the Hardigan. And I will put all these links up I'll even put the Lily, if you're interested, the kits up. You also can check it out on our website, fuzzygoatyarns.com. All right, what was my next one I want to talk about? Oh, yeah, this is kind of exciting too. So then, like, it depends on where I am in the project. I just didn't want to put this one down until I finished the back of my Hohi V-neck. Okay, let's see, where are we? This is the top, and this is where my neck's going to be. This is the back of the sweater. And so, yeah, I mean, it's not, I mean, the yarn is lovely. It's just not very exciting, but it got a little ribbing down here at the bottom. The ribbing I had to do in a one as well. Lots of one knitting going on. What was I going to show you? Was it on this? No, it wasn't on this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I have a drop stitch or something. And I'm not sure it's completely dropped. I think the yarn, like I caught part of the yarn and not all of it. So I just grabbed it. So I'm going to fix that at some point. So the construction on this guy, again, I think I told you this, you can do this one in the round or piece together. Not sure why, but I chose to do piece together. I do know that piecing together can give more stability to a sweater, and my thought was maybe since this is going to kind of be oversized, that just give it a little more stability. But also I'm thinking that I don't want that big sweater on my lap in the summertime. So the next step is picking up at the shoulder, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be like these stitches, and coming around, and then I'm guessing I'll put that on hold, come around here, and I'm going to do, it's a V-neck obviously, and I was excited because it is a V-neck, so therefore the front will be smaller than the back. That took me a long time, but anyway, so this is using she's got a couple less traveled yarn. She refers to it a couple different ways, and this is called Prickly Pear. We have recently placed another order, so we'll be getting more of that in, and this does have silk in it. So soft, so soft. All right, so that is my Hohi V-neck. Let me just see. 40. Oh, I don't know if I talked about this last week. So this is where I keep all of my patterns. No, not all of them. The ones I'm working on and the ones that I want to work on, like sooner rather than later. This is one of James Watt's patterns. And I don't remember if I showed you guys this last week, but I was drawn to this based on, I'm going to take it out of it's called Sun Gazer by James Watts. He's a designer we had here a couple Saturdays ago. But based on just the construction. So you start in the middle, right there, and you go out and you use Noro, and I will definitely put the link on that because that's new. We just got that in. I should have grabbed some of those to show you. I think we got 4 different colorways. It's a more rustic wool. We've got, it's a DK weight, I believe is what we got. Yeah, and it's kind of self-striping. So that one to me is just cool in the construction. I looked at projects, and it just looks, some people did it more, and I think even people did it in the same color, which was really fascinating. Anyway, so I got distracted there. That's called Melissa Going Squirrel, because I just got totally distracted by my own patterns. I don't even know what I was going to show you. I think I was looking up the Hohi's pattern, the V. So yeah, and this one I definitely want to get done sooner. I want to get it done for the fall because I can't wait to wear that. All right, what else do I want to talk to you about? Oh, the Onward. Was it Onward and Up? Onward and Up sweater. I think I am in the round. Okay, and I did try it on. It's going to be I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be a little more fitted than maybe what she shows, but I'm okay with that. I also think once I block it, it's going to be good. This yarn, again, is something that we are expecting in. It's called Northwoods Fibers, Northwoods Yarns. We found them up at Market. And this is, the pattern calls for sport weight, which we actually have some sport weight in right here. I'm just going to grab it and show you because there's just a couple of them. And I'll put this link up too. We got some Madeline Tosh Pashmina in. Oh, if you could feel this. Oh, it's sport weight. And these 2 colors. This is Siren. Let me just make sure. Yeah, this one is Siren. Look at that. gorgeous. So it has some silk and cashmere. Okay, 75% superwash merino wool, 15% silk, and 10% cashmere. Okay, I think I have to grab each one of these colors. So this is Siren. Which one is this one called? Fragrant. I mean, oh, I just wish you could feel these. Hold on, excuse me. I'm going to get up and show you these because I think that would be lovely. Okay, back. So I showed you those two. Okay, this one is, oh, I'm not gonna say this one. Coquetta. I don't know. Coquett. I'm not sure all the letters are on this label, but look at that pink. Oh, again, these are Madeline Tosh Pashmina sport weight. So, like I said, I'll put the link up, but you should go check these out. Gorgeous. Look at this blue. And this called Blue Nile, I think. Blue Nile. Two more, guys. You know this one's calling me. Just love that red. This one's called Tart. And then the last one we have in the Pashmina is, what is this? Turn. Hold on. I'm cheating. Yep, Turn. I put the label over the name of it. T-E-R-N. Just kind of a complex gray, I guess you want to say that? Yeah. Okay, sorry. But these would be great in that sweater. It made me think of it. I did it in a fingering. And I did, got gauge. Using, and I can't remember now if it's like a 6, I think, for fingering weight yarn. So I'm in the round. This also, let me show you a picture, has a little lace on the bottom. Oh, where did that go with that? And I think, here it is. Haven't quite decided, but if you can see, she's got lace on the bottom, which I think will help. I don't know, I think it'll be pretty. So I've got a couple more sections of this ribbing, if you can see it. It's kind of been fun because like the bigger sections between the garter is like 17 rows, and once you got in the round you don't even realize, and then you have a section I think of 7 rows, so it gets a little closer, which is where I'm at now. And then I think I might have one more like 17 row, and then I go into the, maybe I'm wrong, but because it is kind of short. And she also has 2 options for length on this, and we talked about this. A lot of people that I saw did it were thinking they weren't going to do the crop, but when they got to the crop length, it was enough. So that's my goal, to do that. Not that I want a croppy, but yeah. My thought is to perhaps do some Jackie-O on the bottom. Like, I don't want it darker. I don't know. I'm just kind of struggling with that. I don't want it darker to draw attention down there. So I'm thinking if I did a lighter color, it would just be enough contrast. That's my thought. All right, so that was Onward and Up. Yeah, it's been a fun pattern. And it's a fairly new release pattern. So there's definitely projects that have been done on it. Some people have done it in fingering too, which, by the way, in Ravelry, that's a great way to see if other people have done it. Like for this, for instance, is like, okay, I'd like to do it in fingering. So I was able to do a search and see if other people did. And sometimes, and I don't put my stuff on Ravelry, I'm not very good about it, but you could put notes in there. So like I could go and see what needle size she used or whatnot if people put notes on there. So that's a great tool in Ravelry. All right, and then I think I have one more thing to show. This is my sister's scarf. I did pick this up and knit a little bit on it last night, and I realized totally have a drop stitch. So there's a lot with any lace, slip knit, or knit 2 together. I don't usually have a problem with knit 2 together. There's also one where you slip one, knit 2 together, and then pass that one back over. So there's a lot of possibilities where I have dropped this stitch, and there's also a CDD, center double decrease. I think that's what it is. So I'm just going to snag that when I'm done. This is my sister's. It is called Caladium, if I'm saying that right. it's a scarf, but you can also do like a stole. Actually somebody called in and wanted to make this, and that's where I got this from, and I was helping her with yarn, and I'm like, ooh, I think my sister would like that. I'm using copper corgi and Spanish moss. We should be getting some more of that in as well. Might be 4 weeks or so. But this has been fun. It's got the edging here. So I sat down with it. I hadn't knitted on it for several weeks, and sometimes that time just to get back familiar with the pattern, it's frustrating. So I need not to have it sit down so long. So it's just basically these and then 2 repeats in the middle, and it goes really fast. Then on the wrong side, I'm not going to say it's just purl, but for the most part it's purl. So that's always nice. What am I doing? On the knit along, the dando, on the back side and the wrong side's all purl. So you get a break on that, which is nice. I think that's all I have. I think so. I'm wearing a petite knits pattern, and I'll put that link up. I can't remember the name of this particular pattern, but I added a little stripey here, but it flips. It kind of annoys me. Little stripe on the bottom. But her patterns, petite knits, are very classic. Like they're always in like a beige or cream or taupey color, but she is Norwegian, so I think that's pretty common. All right, I think that's what I have for you guys. Check us out. We got some other Madeline Tosh, which I didn't get a chance to show you, but I'll put links up in here too, so you can go check those out on our website, buzzygoatyarns.com. And I think that's it. All right, I hope you guys have a great week and are staying cool wherever you are, and winding down your summer. And I think we wind down, well, we start our summer earlier. I mean, like, I think next week I'm taking my daughter to college. Like, that's just crazy. And then I think my son starts school. Like, yeah. So we're shifting gears again. But you guys have a good week. I look forward to seeing you next week and talking about my progress. All right? Text us, call us, email us. We'd love to help you with your projects as well. Have a great day. Have a great week. Bye.